I don't think things working. No way to tell. No way. Not everybody can watch live. I can watch it after. Like, hey. I don't really care about what live people are doing. Alright. Gotta make sure this thing is. We'll be talking right into it. Is that right? Is that good? There? Alright, well, it's Tuesday. We're just doing a hangout. I've got the Wheel of Mystery as always, it's ready. We've got Ask Yoda here if need be. Very exciting stuff coming up. We're adding challenges to the wheel. Let that sink in. Challenges to the wheel. So we're gonna have trivia, embarrassing challenges. What else? Oh, you know what? I wrote things. I always write my show down, okay? But I don't ever read it. So we're gonna read it. Let the room fill up. We got this music. It's only been a couple of minutes. This is a late announcement, late in the game. I know how it is. Get this thing over a little more. Right in front of my face, please. Thank you. I want to make sure everyone can hear me. Yeah. Maybe I can tilt it a little. No, I don't want to break it. Very nervous. Very nervous. So if you're in the chat live, please let me know if you can hear me. And if you don't type anything, you probably didn't hear me. Alright. Let's see, what do we got here tonight? I can't really play anything else on YouTube because I don't want to deal with copyright. Now I gotta have this thing like right in my face. I'm gonna put this on the stand because I don't like this little arm. I feel like I'm gonna hit it. Like I can't be free. You know what I mean? Maybe it sounds better, but I can't be free. I can't be me. I'm just joking. It's alright. I guess I'll get used to it. I don't know. Can I like hang it? I wonder if I could do it like upside down. Then I could. Then I can't see. Then I can't read what's in front of me on the screen. I'll just live with it. You know what I mean? Who am I to change the way things are? All right. So I'm not playing any more videos because of the copyright stuff. You got to get permission from the people to play this stuff. You know what I mean? And I don't want to deal with it. And then you got to edit it out if you do, and if you want to make money off of it in the future, you got to edit out the music, and but they don't tell you where the part of it is. So you got to go watch every video, and I have 2-hour videos. I can't go watch 20 videos. Well, I mean, I could, but I'm not gonna. So, yeah. Oh, hey, we got someone watching. Hey, look at this. We got a special surprise for you, folks. Can you type in the chat room that you could hear me, if possible, please, Mr. Mystery Person? Because I don't know if this thing is on. There's no way to tell. That's one thing I don't like about this. There's absolutely no way to tell. No, you can't. So if you can't hear me, then how did you type that? Oh, this is a mess. I thought this was working. I thought I had.
Hey, I can't hear ya. So I lost you there. I don't know if that's on my end or your end, but I can't hear a word you're saying. If you're saying anything. Huh. Hey, I can't hear ya. So I lost you. I can hear me though. That's on. So let me. I'm sorry, we have these technical difficulties here. Saying anything. Yep, I can't hear you. I know that the program can hear me. Hear ya. So I lost you though. That's on. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, it's the worst show ever. I'll use the stupid camera on there. I'm gonna punch 15 things right now, and 20 of them have walls. All right, let me get him back on here.
Well, hello, I can hear you now.
All right, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. I don't know what happened, man. Sorry.
Yeah, because I just put on this stupid thing. I just set it up and it was working fine, and then as soon as I go live, it doesn't want to work.
That's really weird. We'll play with it later, but that's strange, man.
Oh, I'm gonna play with it. You're gonna see me see that window right behind me? See that? That's where I'm gonna be throwing it, right out there.
Well, make sure you lift the blinds first. Your mother might be upset. I'm just saying.
No, now I'm like mad. I don't even want to do the show.
Listen, it's probably just something easy. It's probably a connection.
No. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna sit there.
Oh, listen, I know you very well. I know you're going to do it. I know. I'm just trying to, keep it going a little bit here.
No, I'm so mad. I had this all set up. It was a day late. I was so mad, and now I got it. And now look, I'm using the stupid headset.
That's okay. That's
no,
okay.
I'm gonna put it in front of me and pretend that I'm using it.
Okay, all right. It looks better. It looks better. Nobody would know.
Yeah.
They think you're on Xbox. That's all.
Yeah, it's working.
Same time. Yeah.
All right.
Oh God. Okay, Gutter Gawker. You're still here. If you're still here, holla.
Gutter.
Through all the technical difficulties we've just experienced, but I think we got it back now.
Yeah,
I like the ticker on the bottom of your screen.
What's that?
I like the ticker on the bottom of your screen there. That's sharp.
Oh yeah, I got a few of them here. Check them out. Hold on.
Oh, I like that.
Let me see what I got. What's on now?
Thank you for tuning in Rick's Realm.
There you go. As determined by the wheel of mystery. So this thing, look, out the window. I just threw it out.
For now.
Nope. eBay, you want it? It's on eBay. Go ahead, check my account. I already put it on there. Hold on. All right, done.
Okay.
Free bay. It's done.
No, that's okay. That's all right. Thank you, Gutter Gawker. I see you're still here.
Oh, I can't even. Sorry, Gutter. Anybody who's watching, I'm letting Michael take over the show. Where is he?
Get him on there. I'm just gonna calm me down for a moment there. Oh, look at that. I'm a little bit bigger. How you doing? Ooh, I have blue eyes.
How do I get you just on there? I don't want to be on there anymore.
I know. You tune into my show. Your show down.
This is your show now.
Yeah, well, tonight, folks, on Rick's Realm, we'll be talking about emotional mood swings and the effect they have on people around you, and the technology that causes them.
Well, this would be perfect for both of us.
Yeah, no
technology, and then me and my mood swings.
If I may commiserate with you for just a moment, before I actually came on here with you, I've been playing around with those intro videos, as you've seen. I've sent you samples today. The first video, the orientation of the video in the background was wrong, although when I previewed it, it looked correct, so I couldn't figure out how to do that. I had to do something completely different. So I finally got it. I had to refilm it, but I got it. And it says add music. I said, okay, great. So I go in my computer and I'm going to Audacity to, kind of edit something real quick. No, they're all in WMA formats, Windows Media formats for some weird reason, even though they're waves or MP3s that I've just, moved from one storage location onto my computer. So now I can't even get the music in there that I originally created. I have to do something else to convert it. So yeah, I feel you.
Well, for now, just pick one of their little free ones, and then, you know what I mean? The one that's the most scary.
But I already posted.
Yeah, just do that for now, and then.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll have to
do the show with your headphones set, for now, and then tomorrow we'll figure out the rest.
No,
Yeah, no, I like where you brought us there,
No.
Rick. That was a really positive angle that you brought us to. Thank you.
No, it killed the whole show.
Yeah,
Oh,
look,
dude, I've been sitting here for 3 hours, just sitting here, right, like this. For 3 hours, I've been sitting here, like, just looking at it, ready.
You're not counting the time that you spent last night doing the same thing.
The whole intro, you can't hear me. This 5 or 6 minutes I was talking and nobody's gonna hear. They probably think I'm a nutbag.
That's okay. Go listen to some of my original spots on Spoon, and you'll hear much worse. So, listen. Gutter says he understands, so he's still here.
Trial and error, buddy. Yep, I know. Ugh.
But this is, closer than we have been in terms of what we wanted to do with this right now.
Yeah.
So
No, this
that's
is
positive.
good.
That's positive.
This is good. I can do. This is actually better for me because I don't have to feel like I have to like sit up to the microphone too.
Well, you're used to this format. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, yeah. Tonight's just a hangout, anyways. I really didn't have anything planned, so I wanted to do the wheel, but that's like 2 hours. I just don't want to do 2 hours.
All right. You know what? I'm just gonna play some video games while you're doing that.
No, yeah. If you got that, grab your favorite snacks and drinks, folks, because there's really nothing to do.
Come on, Call of Duty. I've never played it. Come on. It's more like Mario Brothers. I need to get way too many buttons on this
I
thing.
can't even take it anymore. Oh my god.
Okay, so Gutter Gawker wants to know what the subject is tonight there, Rick's Realm.
Oh, there's no subject on my show, buddy. It's just whatever. It's a hangout. You come in, hang out, variety. Sometimes we'll have the wheel. Let me get the wheel to show Gutter. I don't think you've seen it. He hasn't been in the chat here. Let me see. Here's the wheel.
I mean, the way this is going might be the last time, too. I'm just saying.
Here it is. The wheel of mystery determines our subjects for the night, Gutter. So, we'll spin the wheel. And what do we land on? Like mysteries of the world.
Gutter Gawker. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say something really quickly to him. I'd like to say that, yes, I'd like to talk to you about what you just wrote there. I mean, I imagine it has something to do with your energy, just to say superficially. But I definitely like to hear your experience at another point when we could.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I could share a couple of experiences with technology and electronics that I experienced growing up that was similar, but not very different. But anyway, I'd like to get into that with you if you're interested.
All right, so let me get back to explaining the wheel, please. We spin it. Don't you love that sound? Let me get that up there.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, I can't forget to touch this because this is all dry. Like all these colors are all dry already. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. So what we do on my show is sometimes I'll have topics. Sometimes we'll do the wheel. And we have 10 wedges. We spin it, and we just got Hollow Earth. So we go to, let me see. I can even pull it up right now while we're talking about it. Here it is. Boom. Let me share this screen with you. And that's it. There we go. We just decided the topic for the night. But we'll do, I want to try to have a show where we do the entire wheel one night. Would that be possible? Somebody help me.
I mean, we could do something like that this evening where we don't have to go so in depth on a topic. I mean, Hollow Earth is a big one, though. It's a big one.
Yeah. No, true. That's why the wheel. The big news is the wheel isn't going to be about topics anymore. There's challenges coming to the wheel. So if you spin the wheel, there's going to be a challenge. All right. And if you get that challenge, if you do that challenge, then one guest will win a prize that'll be paired up with you for the challenge.
Okay.
So that's just something else. That's the whole wheel. That's the whole wheel in a bag.
Yeah, you'll be on Rick's show soon for sure. I've heard talks about this too, so he's got a few things in the works.
Yes, Gutter, we got some stuff coming, buddy. I just want to make sure everything's right because, like, for instance, if that happened when I had you and everybody on, I'd have a heart attack. And I'd pull the plug in and be like, oh, sorry, internet went down. Oh, yeah, we'll do your own show. So, yeah, I just want to make sure everything's right. We got to I already have. I worked all day yesterday on the challenges for that project I have in the works, and I think it'll be hilarious. So, all right. So what's up?
I just like
What are you
UFOs
doing?
and ghosts and Mothman. There's my wheelhouse. Hey, listen, you gotta tune into my show.
Oh, you got a show going right now?
Me? No, I'm talking to Gutter right here.
Oh no, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Check. If you want to get into the deep talks and stuff, he's the guy. Trust me, he'll talk your ear off on the show.
No, you're not.
You're the one with all the knowledge. I'm the one that's still learning all this stuff. So that's how it's kind of. This is how this whole
This too. This is fine.
thing
This is
is
fine.
set up. So
It's lighthearted, you know.
why are you seeing the? All right, why are you seeing the comments like 10 minutes before like they pop up my screen?
Because I have it on my phone, and I don't know if that's quicker. I mean, I noticed there was a vocal lag, which is why I turned the volume down. Now I've gotten actually into that chat, but yeah, I'm watching it on my phone. So
yeah, this whole StreamYard is based like on your internet connection mainly. It's not like really the computer power and stuff. It's all, you know what I mean? Because you can tell when it like the sound changes. You can tell it's like through a wiry thing. You know what I mean? It's like that wiry sound that you would get from like a bad phone call or something. So it's kind of like
lo-fi sound. Yeah.
Right. So what are you gonna do? I think if you pay for it, I think they might give you a little bump.
That's possible. I mean, it's something we'd have to look into.
Why wouldn't they save most of the bandwidth for the people who are paying? You know what I mean? And then the people who aren't going to get the low end. So I think that's part of the deal.
That makes sense. So, Hollow Earth?
Oh, yeah.
What do we got?
Hold on. I'm still figuring this stuff out. I have to get rid of this screen. Let me remove that one from stream. All right. So now stop screen. Hello. All right, now I gotta add it. So we just spun the wheel. All right, this is pretend we're doing a real thing. We got Hollow Earth. Now we're gonna go over to Reddit and we're gonna see what the latest news is on Hollow Earth. And there it is. Let's see. Does that work?
All right.
Does that even work? Hey, look at that. It works. Now, how do I scroll through it? That's another question. Hey, let me get over there. Hold on. Where is it? So I got to pull this tab out and make it smaller. There we go. All right. Hey, oh, it didn't work. No, it did. All right. Hold on. Oh, my God.
I feel like I'm jumping rope right now.
There we go. All right. I got it. Now I can scroll through it. See? There we go. So we'll go massive. And there's a YouTube video. I don't want to watch YouTube videos. I'm not dealing with any copyright things right now. So half of my videos already have them. And I have to take them down. It's stupid. All right. Anyone else notice polar hole in the animated GIF? Snaps of Earth as spaceship Belt Columbia completes flyby on journey to Mercury. Let's see. I don't know what that is.
You know I'm biting my tongue really hard right now, right?
Look, it's not sharing what I just clicked on.
No, I mean in the sense that like I have so much to say about the subject, but I'm letting you start wherever you want to.
Oh no, that's cool. I'm just trying to tell you that I just clicked on something and it's not showing up on the live stream. So look, see, I can scroll, but if I click on something, it won't share it. Oh, watch location of this place. What?
So you don't
see,
even,
it doesn't. For me, it's changing it. For you, it didn't do anything. So
that's very strange.
All right, so that'll be one of the things I have to work on learning. For now, we're gonna have to shut it off and say bye to my failure. So go ahead, talk about it. Oh, you got stuff to say about it. I got nothing. So
all right. Well, I mean, I'll keep it brief. For what it's worth. Admiral Byrd, it's the first name that's really associated with the Hollow Earth in terms of the modern day. He was a pilot who flew out to Antarctica. I can't remember exactly the reason that he decided to fly over, but in his journey, he found that the terrain below him was obviously snowy and cold. as you would expect. And at one point, he started to notice a difference in the temperature, a difference in the terrain, difference in even some of the wildlife that was down on the ground. And before he knew it, he found himself in what he described as a tropical area where he was approached by, I think, 2 spacecrafts of sort. I'm using that name just, to give the story here. There's some sort of flying craft that was able to, in one way or another, electronically control his plane, where it literally went on autopilot, and they landed him down inside what we now know from his story, at least, if you believe it to whatever degree, the hollow earth. So he spent some time down there, and the way he described the area was that there was a central sun inside the earth. It was much smaller and less bright than the sun that we have on the exterior here. And the beings that were down there were the descendants of those who had fled from Atlantis in a synthetic Merkaba type vehicle. And actually, these individuals that were able to do this, they hovered above Atlantis for some time as they watched the thing sink, and then they made their way into the inner Earth. So the ones, at least that he came up to, had said that was where they were from, and also Lemuria and civilizations before that, Sumeria as well. That's a little bit more modern, but I guess some of them were there. Some of the more ascended or enlightened individuals made their way. So long story short, he spent some time down there. They were very benevolent. They, fed him. They taught him about their culture, and they actually tried to convince him to stay. Eventually, he departed, and that was it. Please go. Please go. Thank you. I'm doing something now. Thank you. So this was one of the first big reports that happened with what we call the hollow earth. Now there was 2 other stories where I can't remember the names exactly. Maybe they were Finnish, maybe they were German, where these individuals came from. But there was one that followed right behind Admiral Byrd's story, where it was the story of this man and his son went out on a fishing trip, and they went up that way through Antarctica, and eventually they too found themselves in a more tropical area. Same sort of idea as what happened with Admiral Byrd, except that they actually landed somewhere where they were greeted by these folks. Now, one of the interesting things to note about these people that are supposedly living in the hollow earth, or these beings, is that they're very tall. Excuse me. Again, we come back to the realm of giants and how that relates to consciousness, and how even in Egypt and Sumerian texts we see some of these appear. But now, this story from the 1940s or early 1950s, God, it could have been a little bit earlier than that. I just have to look it up. It's been a while since I've really researched this topic, but you have these exceptionally large beings who have humanoid form, who are speaking to you telepathically or using voice, depending on the situation. And they're telling you that they're of a higher consciousness. And here you have that, again, that constant of, or the consistency of, height along with consciousness. So I think that's really interesting about his story. He was pretty much chided for it when he got back. He was obviously told not to talk about it initially. And then he was just pretty much deemed crazy at a certain point. I don't remember the rest of his story, particularly what happened with him in life after that. But you'll find other people talking about the hollow earth, like Edgar Cayce or Dolores Cannon. There's a lot out there that talks about it, but then you have people looking for an entrance, which at this point might be interdimensional. There was supposedly a conflict between some human forces. I'm saying it that way because I don't remember what country was involved, or countries, where they actually tried to fly into this opening, which was miles wide, by the way. And they were greeted by a bunch of very defensive crafts who engaged, and there was some sort of a short war up there. And the hole apparently was somehow etherically sealed off and hidden while it's still there. There's an interdimensional aspect of it where you can't physically get through, as if you and I were to go up there right now and try to do it.
It's crazy. Yeah. Imagine how big it is if it's hollow. Oh my God.
They had specs on this too. I just don't remember off the top of my head what they were. They had specs on this, and including that sun that was there. Now, one of the interesting things about the description of the inner Earth is that the wildlife and plant life is very exotic. I would imagine it would be a completely different ecosystem, but there's some animals down there that apparently existed up on the surface at one point. For example, something similar to a unicorn, or other mythical, beings like that, or creatures, I should say. Yeah, so that's an aspect of all of this too, which is kind of cool. Maybe something is preserved from our history, and perhaps the Earth is actually a time capsule.
Oh, now my head's gonna start to explode.
Well, there's your first spin of the wheel, first official spin of the wheel. Glad it was something we could really get into.
We did it, yeah. I didn't want to spin too much because I want to save these for a show.
No, that's fine. You do it at your pace. But I wanted to, remark very quickly to Gutter here. Hollow Earth is more believable than the flat Earth. Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yeah. There's no question about that. Anybody who thinks that the Earth is flat is not really Do you have a ponytail? Are you going?
Oh God, that thing is coming off.
Wow, I just saw this little ponytail.
No, that thing's coming off.
Tweeds, right?
It's not little. It's not little.
No, it's not, dude. Like, you have an actual ponytail. Honestly.
I can pull it. Look.
Sorry, I couldn't keep composure there. You're starting to look like me, pal. What's up? A little ways to go, but you're getting there. Hey, when you're wow, Jesus,
yeah, things coming off as soon as the barbershop opens.
Hey, listen, well, I was gonna say, when you're done, growing that, we should just start a Guns N' Roses tribute band, and we'll figure out the rest of it.
Yeah. Who am I going to be?
That's the Hollow Earth. Yeah, flat Earth. You can take what you want with that one. I could just kind of step on that one all day. But I'm not going to do that. You guys know already.
Hey, it's possible. You know what I mean? We don't have the technology to go down far enough to know. So
listen, all the socks,
anything down there,
all the lost socks teleporting to the inner Earth. It's possible. It must be cold in there to make some clothes out of people's socks. I like that idea. There is a small hole in the back of every dryer that one just gets sucked up into. Mysteriously, at least every other load.
We're starting a GoFundMe for an expedition to the Earth, and we're gonna get everybody's lost sock back, dude. We'll get millions in funding, dude. Everybody will be on board for that.
Yeah, instead of dropping money out of a blimp, you'd be dropping lost socks, over the football field.
Yeah.
Now, for people to match those socks up would be something else.
No, we'll have to bring the socks out. There'll be a big pile. Everybody has to find their own. They'll deal with it after, but we'll go and recover everybody's. You know what I mean?
It's a meet me halfway sort of thing. I got it.
Yeah, we'll be the heroes. We'll get paid. Wow, what a good idea.
Being gloves.
So, yeah. Nothing. This is just a hangout.
I appreciate it, mate. Thank you.
Yeah.
Believe me, you'll enjoy my shows as well if you're into this, which I know you are. So I'll be doing something with that maybe tomorrow night or the following evening. Probably tomorrow night.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
I have a couple things I'd like to play around with, but again, in this field, it's so vast. You can literally choose anything you want. There's so many angles.
Exactly.
I don't know if somebody else feels about chemistry or something, but I mean.
What's that?
I said, I don't know if somebody else out there feels this way about chemistry or physics or something like that. But to me, this field is limitless.
Right, yeah. Yeah, everybody has their own little likes and dislikes,
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, as we said, it brings you passion.
I'm just going to be angry the whole time because I want to be using my microphone right now.
Yeah, I know.
Look, I'm going to pout till everybody feels bad that's watching.
Well, you started smiling, you know what I mean? So, I mean, we've already seen that. We know the rest of this is just an act. No.
Every time I look at it, I'm like, mad.
Listen, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all, man. I'd be very upset too if. Listen, I won't kind of react. Yeah, I got it.
I turned it on. It worked. I tested it. The little thing worked. I said, "Oh, this is perfect." I go live and it's not working for no reason. And it's just not working.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you sound okay.
This isn't how I wanted to sound. I hate my voice, and this thing makes it sound tinny, crappy. This thing would have made it sound more natural. You're getting off my show. Where's the button?
I didn't do it. I tried to make that thing work for you, all right? We're going to get it working tomorrow, so you know what? Might behoove you to keep me around. I'm just saying.
You're lucky you're on here after what you showed me you had for dinner.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, it's not my fault you're scared of a whelp.
Oh.
Got that picture? Go ahead, show everybody.
No.
I ate a snail, okay? Actually, I ate many snails that I gathered myself off the ocean front, okay? I boiled them up, garlic, lemon.
And they were trying to crawl away, you said. Oh,
well. Well, you had asked me to, hold on.
I did not. Yeah,
which I was going to do.
Send me a picture.
Well, listen, I was going to, save it so that I could show you guys. But I'll be honest with you. We had one container in the kitchen, and the kids, of course, brought a few pet snails home in their containers. And these guys, they obviously just like slugs, they kind of squish along, and next thing you know, he's off on the counter racing his friend. I'm like, where do you think you're going? Get back here. I just couldn't wait. I had to eat them. They were good. You
ate it while it was alive?
No, I cooked it. I said that.
Oh, you just said I couldn't wait. So I thought you grabbed him off the counter. You get back here, you little sucker.
They actually talk about eating them raw, but I wouldn't do that, dude. You kidding me? All set.
No.
Nope. I'm not that brave.
I don't eat anything raw. It has to be processed.
Yeah, look in the chat. What Gunner's saying here, too. Some of the stuff he's saying is pretty pertinent to what we're doing, what we're talking about.
Oh. Yeah, I saw that. That was a good show. I watched that the other night. Oh, yeah, you gotta figure it out. It sucks. I'm so mad.
Look at your body. Look at your body posture right now. Your body language.
Yeah, that's because I'm mad. What do I care? You think I'm doing something professionally? I told you from day one. You know that. I've known that for 15 years. I'm not doing anything professional.
Gutter Gawker, we are both from Massachusetts. I live in Worcester.
Oh.
And Rick lives in Rick's realm.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't remember the town you live in because last I knew it was Arlington. It's not Arlington.
It's the House of Depression.
House of Depression. Lives in next to House of the Dead. They kind of go hand in hand, especially around Halloween. Chicago's nice, dude. I used to play a lot of music and I used to tour, and I have played Chicago a few times. Definitely enjoy the crowd there. You got some real crazy people on the streets, though. I'll tell you that much right now, especially later in the evening. Yeah, I like your rooftop. I don't know what you call them. They're like patios or something like that. You guys have out there. There's special patios that only is indicative of Chicago. I'm sorry, I know there's a name for it. I don't remember, but they're really cool, and you can see a lot up there and hang out and have a drink and eat something and hang out with people. It's great. If you know the name of those like upper patios, the upper decker patios, gotta let me know because I'm curious. I can't remember what it was.
I think they're called patios.
Have you been to Chicago before?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No.
Oh, okay. I mean, you've been a lot of other places. I figured maybe you'd taken a quick stop through. Oh, one other thing I'll mention about Chicago is you guys have the craziest highways that I've ever driven on. Was it 5 or 6 lanes or something like that? Absolutely nuts. And you guys are worse than New Yorkers when it comes to driving. I mean, you talk about aggression. Beer garden. Rooftop deck. Okay, yep. The same idea. Yep. Okay. Yep. I thought there was a more formal name. What the hell is on your screen, buddy?
That's my avatar when I don't want to be on screen because I'm coding.
It's really is my show, isn't it? Oh, geez.
This is me. This is happy moment for me. A collage of my happiest moments open in the box of history. All right, I want to remember happy times right now.
Yeah. Okay. That's you know what? I encourage any positivity that you need. No, that's good. It's like a baby photo shoot, but it's just because the thumbnail's small.
Oh yeah, true. Well,
You're killing me tonight, man. You make me laugh here.
Listen. That's what it's all about. You gotta have
It's
fun.
It's a really cool mug.
Be,
I'm not a lefty.
be depressed. Oh, what is that?
It's the seashore. It's a lighthouse. I think it's northeastern in character for sure. But again, I'm not a lefty, so every time I pick this thing up, you never get to see what all you see is the horizon. You get a little seasick too because I'm drinking out of
Oh yeah.
All right, so you want to spin the wheel one more time, or you want to hold off on it? What
No, the wheel that has to be saved for the show because that's getting it all filled in for the next show. Like we were gonna do the Hollow Earth thing, and this is all coming up. We got Glitch in the Matrix, make music, theories on anything, the food review. Don't forget the food review.
Oh no, can't forget the cheap tips.
Yoda, ask Psychic Yoda now. He's not just Yoda anymore. He's now a psychic. So you got to ask him questions, like that. It's not just going to be general, you know what I mean? So, yeah, so that's and then we got 2 spots on here where it's going to be viewer's choice. So the viewer in the chat room is going to be able to pick 2 spots on here. Spin the wheel. Maybe I'll do one of them as a giveaway because I got a few things I can give away still. So I might put a giveaway on there.
We keep talking about a giveaway, but nobody ever sees one coming to fruition. We're all waiting to see what you're giving.
I don't want people coming here just to get free goodies and then take
you're giving a lot of false hopes. What you're giving? I want some free stuff. What's up, man?
Yeah. No,
I know I'm not eligible.
I don't want to do that yet. So the giveaway is going to be nice. So the giveaway will be on the challenge special that I have there.
All right, can I propose something to you right now, seeing as you're dark?
You want to propose to me? Oh, thank you.
Listen, if I thought I had a chance, all right, it would have been years ago. But anyway, can I ask Gutter or whoever else is in the chat and just throw a topic out there? Maybe we can give a quick talk about it. I don't know really what else you're doing, so.
Oh, Gutter, I'm protesting because my mic doesn't work.
You're protesting on your own show. You're
hilarious. rather than
you're hilarious.
Hey, this is out of respect for the viewer. So out of respect that they don't have to look at me pout.
This is historic for what it's worth. Oh, this is so funny. Okay. All right, Gutter or anybody else is in the chat room. If you're
I'm here, buddy.
If you're watching my show right now, if you have a topic that you want to talk about.
This is now his show. Look, watch.
Rick's going to give some beatments.
Look, even Dark Hour, everything. The whole thing says it. Dark Hour, Michael wrote it. It's his.
Yeah, no.
Have fun. I'm going to go grab some cheese and crackers. I'll be right back.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Grab me some too, will you? Give me a Pepsi. At least a Coke, something. I'm running out of my ice water here.
Coke Zero.
Coke Zero. Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right. So go ahead. Everybody, thank you for tuning in to Random Rick Live on Tuesday night. And now I give you Dark Hour Paranormal Michael Rosa. Have a good night. Thank you.
Oh, no, seriously, somebody please give me a topic, something you guys want to talk about. I mean, I would like to talk to you, Gutter, more about, your UFO experience and, your proclivity for changing street lights as you walk by them. But I think we're going to do that on my show at some point. I'll have you on if you're game. And I think that'll be something we'll address. But in the meantime, you got anything else for us? For me? Just me right now. I mean, Rick's laying down in his bed in the back and hear him breathing, but, he's taking a rest. Everybody will just kind of let him be for a bit, decompress, whatever it takes. I mean, if I start introducing topics, it might as well be my show.
Go ahead, Eric. Gave it to you. I'm changing my channel name to Dark Hour tomorrow. You can have it.
Oh, Jesus.
You want to buy a microphone half price?
Okay, all right. Finally, okay, I got something here. All right,
coming back.
All right, go get your cheese and crackers and my Pepsi at Zero. All right, thank you.
Oh wait, you want to come back in? Hold on. Hold on. How do I get back? How do I get you back on there? There you go. Hey, there you go.
Hey, yo. All right. So, Gutter Gawker, yes, I actually have seen what I'd call a UFO on 2 different occasions. The first was when I was 17. I'm down on Long Island Sound in Connecticut near New London. Now, down here, we have a submarine base in Groton, which actually is linked to a lot of different odd black projects and stuff like that. We get into it at another point. That being said, it was really early in the morning. I decided that it's time to go to bed. It was like 2:33 in the morning. I used to stay up really late when I was younger, and I went to shut the house up, and I looked out above the tree line, and I saw this really bright light just kind of hovering there. And I thought, oh, that's strange. It's not moving. So I stood there and I watched it for a little while, and I realized as I'm looking at it, I could see very faintly some coloring and looking like there's like some sort of band that was moving colors. And I was like, what the hell? So I grabbed the binoculars that I have down here because we're by the seashore and it's great to look out, at the view. And I got a better look at this thing. And sure enough, there was this multicolored band that was just kind of spinning. And I couldn't tell if the top and the bottom of this particular, what looked like an oblique kind of disc or something in the way of an augmented oval was spinning itself, or it was just this inner ring. I couldn't tell. So I thought to myself, this is really strange. I've never seen anything like this. And it's literally hovering over about a mile from where the sub base would be if you were looking on the map. Now, the funny thing about this is, and the only continuity that I have between the 2 experiences, is that I thought to myself at one point, I need to take a picture of this or at least get a video or something. And I knew the video camera was in the other room. My father had one. Again, this was many years ago. We're talking about mid-90s, really. And in my head, I thought, man, if you turn around, you're just going to look back and it's going to be gone. And I thought to myself, well, that's stupid. You know what I mean? You're thinking too much. So I acted on that for a minute and I stood there and watched. And I'd say the total time that I was standing there watching this thing hovering was probably 14, 15, 16 minutes, something like that. The minute I realized that I wanted to go back and get this camera and be like, all right, I'm just going to do this real quick. I've been standing here for long enough. It's not going anywhere. I ran into the next room, opened the door, grabbed the camera, picked it up, ran back out onto the porch where I could see through the windows, and boom, it was gone. I was like, oh, God, all right. I accepted it, and that's what it was. The second time, I was in Manchester, Connecticut, where I was living with my folks. This was maybe when I was 24, 25. I had just gotten out of college, and I was up in my studio. I had a recording studio in the home, and it was overlooking Hartford, the view from Case Mountain where I grew up. And my folks decided they were going to go out to eat one evening, and they left. And shortly, I got a call on the landline. Yeah, that's how long ago this was. I got a call on the landline. My mother says, hey, look up at the sky. So, okay, so I walked over to the bay windows, and I looked up. And there were these 3 lights just sitting right above where my old elementary school was. And they couldn't have been too far up in the sky. I would say they're maybe a mile and a half up. I mean, they're not too far up, but they're just sitting there. No pulsating, nothing like that. Just these 3 triangular, 3 lights that are making a triangular shape. And nothing in between. You can see it's just complete darkness. And I was like, what is that? She says, I don't know. I just saw it. I figured I'd call you and let you know. I said, all right, well, thank you. And we hung up. So they went off to eat, and I stood there. And again, I watched for what I consider another 11, 12 minutes. And I said to myself, well, I got to go and get the camera because this is really odd. I got to videotape this. And in my head, I heard that same voice, if you will. And it said, listen, you turn around, you look back, it's going to be gone. So again, I bought into it. And I stayed there for probably another 5 minutes. And I said, all right, come on. I got it. It's been sitting there. It's not even moving. Turn around, went around the back hall, grabbed the camera out of the closet, came back, wasn't gone for more than 15 seconds, and the thing was gone. So those are my 2 UFO stories that I have. Yeah, it's really hard to kind of catch something like that. And I believe that anybody who has is very fortunate. I really wish that most of them would keep a steadier hand, for God's sake. I understand you want to zoom up on something, but, lean up against a wall. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's, too tough, to excitement is a big thing. Adrenaline gets you going. I get it. But come on, you see something like that, just, calm yourself for a moment and say, listen, living in that moment, just take the video. We're going to analyze it later. I don't know. What do you think, Rick?
I'm still mad. I can't have an opinion.
This is why I'm not proposing to you, dude. I'm telling you. We had problems with this early on. This is why I'm not doing it.
No, I think it's cool. You got a lot of stuff going on down there where you are. Helicopters the other day with the unmarked helicopter and the sightings, and you should be outside.
What I didn't
outside.
talk to you about?
Behind you.
Well, speaking of, you know what I didn't get to talk to you about?
What?
That weird experience I had the other night where I thought I saw a child on my porch. And it wasn't mine.
I totally forgot about that.
I actually remembered this today, earlier on. I was like, oh, yeah, I got to mention that to Rick. All right, so basically what happened was about 4 nights ago, I stepped outside. It was later, and my kids were just getting ready for bed, and they were in the other room. Now, where I'm living here, I'm sitting on the porch area, and there's a sliding glass door behind me, and then it goes into the rest of the house. Back this way here is the entrance to the porch, so you kind of make this L shape to come back here. So I'm standing outside, and I'm standing on the ledge, and I look out of the corner of my eye through the window, and I see over in the far side of the room a child, and it looks up as soon as I realize that it's there. It didn't look directly at me from what I remember, but then turned around and sprinted towards the other side of the house. Now, the weird thing is my perception, I have a pole that's blocking my vision. It's just a small pole like this when I'm looking through. So I saw for the first, let's call it 2 frames. The first frame of the window before the pole is where I saw the child. And as soon as they started to run, I looked for them to run past the pole and into the porch because I thought it was one of my kids, and I didn't see it. Now, the interesting thing about this is I actually have a very clear visual what it looked like. The child was probably 9-10 years old, had hair about this length. It was very straight and blonde or dirty blonde. I believe it was a young boy, and I just remember a white shirt that I fleetingly saw, but I was so surprised and like kind of dumbfounded when it didn't go past the pole that where if it ran through, it should have, gone right past and I would have been able to see it enter the house. It just disappeared behind the pole. So it literally happened in an instant, but I've never seen anything like that here in my entire life. It didn't feel negative in any way, shape, or form, but I did see that the other night. That was my experience. Yeah,
That's scary. I would have ran out of the house.
Oh, you know me. I'm running after it. I mean, that's what you should do.
We'd be going in 2 different directions.
Do you remember? Yeah, I know.
Oh
You did. You did a lot. I was like Zach Bagans yelling at Nick Groff, like, get over here!
That's scary. So you haven't seen anything since, though, right? Or heard anything?
Haven't seen anything since. Haven't felt anything. It was probably residual, if nothing else. I'll be honest with you.
Has anyone lived there before that?
Or Barbies.
Oh yeah.
I'm playing with.
Oh, there's the ghost. No, I'm just joking.
Okay. Downstairs in the basement, they're in pencil. Okay. On one of the rafters. This house was built in, I think, the late 1800s. It's been renovated, in different ways throughout the years. Down on the rafters there, where the washing machine is, you can see again in pencil. This kid wrote his name L.R. Ryan, and he wrote 1918 right next to it. Now, out on the front rock here, there's a rock. He carved his name into the rock as well, but I have a date. It says 1918. So you know what I did? I wrote my name up there in pencil in 2002, right underneath it. Yeah.
Have you looked into who it might have been? I mean, maybe that's who you saw there.
There's not a lot of recorded history about this particular location. It's just changed a lot of hands, but I wouldn't doubt for a second that might have been him. somebody who enjoyed this place obviously as much as I do or more, enough to leave his imprint in an early time like that, where graffiti and stuff like that wasn't a prevalent thing, or a form of expression, I should say. Hybrid, I don't know, maybe could have been a shadow person, but I mean, it was very, very clear that I saw something there. Usually shadows are less formidable, and you really can't make much out with them. I think I saw something residual or something on a higher frequency at play.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be so scared.
Oh, come on. Listen, I've dealt with so much worse, and you know that.
Oh, yeah, I just can't handle stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know what I would do if I saw it, because I haven't seen it. So can't say for sure, but
Well, your stomach sinks. It starts there, and then you try to figure out what in God's name you just saw, because
you're right.
the continuity of where it should have been and where you thought it was going to be, it isn't there. You just, what?
You're trying to process it.
How was that? That's usually my initial reaction, and then I go to look.
Yeah, I would not be behind you looking over your shoulder.
No, you would, but from like 40 or 50 feet back. You know what I mean? You have the zoom on the lens. You were good.
I'd be right here in my room,
Distance.
calling you on StreamYard saying, is it gone yet?
So he asks, have I ever seen, or I'm going to say this is a question for both of us, have you ever seen a cryptid?
I have not.
The only time I think I saw something that I couldn't explain, and I wouldn't really stretch it as far as saying it was a cryptid, but to this day, I still don't know what in God's name it was. I used to go fishing out here on Long Island Sound a lot growing up, and we have this phenomenon that's called the tall ships that I think starts from maybe like down the Caribbean. They move all along the coast. Are these really old sailing ships, cargo ships from years past, pirate ship kind of looking things here, and there's people on there who are decked out in the same garb from the time period, and you go on board and you check it all out. And it's really cool. A lot of people like it. It's a big tourist attraction wherever they land. One of the curious things is that when they're coming up the coast, a lot of tropical fish follow them up. So, fish you may never have seen in these waters are up here following these tall ships that are coming through. So I'm out there fishing one day, and I'm just doing some bottom fishing. It's in the middle of the day or getting closer to the evening. And of course, the tall ships are out on the horizon. I look down the water and I see this fish, or what I'd call a fish. It was literally just the head of a fish, okay, with two fins on the side. All right. And this weird elongated body, okay, with no tail. And it was swimming sideways, like against the surface. So it had this huge eye that was looking at me as I'm fishing here. I'm looking at it. And it's looking at me, and it's just kind of like floating around, just kind of doing this thing with his flippers, And then he switches around and he looks at me with his other eye. I'm like, what the hell? So I got a little weirded out at the time. Again, I'm a teenager. I drew my line and I turned around and I went to the other side of the boat, and sure enough, the thing went underneath the boat, and it came back up and it started looking at me again. I was like, what the hell? This thing's following me? So I was, hollering to the other couple of guys that were in the dinghy, and we're like, guys, look at this thing. They're like, what is that? I'm like, I don't know. So we looked it up, as best we could back then in, the 90s, where, internet was just still in its infancy. And we found things that kind of looked like it, but it didn't fully match the description of fish. So it had to be something that came from the tropics, tropical water down there that just followed up and just didn't belong in these waters. But it had some sort of weird consequences, like make a connection with me in a sense, where I'm like, all right, you're weirding me out. I'm going to go over here. And he just comes, oh, well, no, you're not. Hey, how you doing? And it's like, what are you doing? Like a dog, Yeah, I mean, I wish I had a better cryptid story, but that was something I still can't explain to this day. And that was, 20 some odd years ago. I saw that. So,
wow.
Yeah.
God, that's crazy, man. That thing was alive? You sure it wasn't like a fish head, just like with the...
It was just like a fish head.
Around?
Just a fish head. Like, it looked like it should have had the rest of the body, but maybe something ate it, but yet not, because there was this small elongation, what I'd call like where the torso area would be, and no tail at the end, but it still had these two little flippers like here. and that's how it would move around. It was sort of like a spinning thing. So I don't know how the hell this thing even
Oh,
swam.
it sounds so creepy,
How
man.
did it get up here, man? I don't know.
I just hate creepy things like that. I can't stand it. Like little arms.
I love it.
I'm like a
Bring it on.
little kid. I can't now. I'll run screaming like a little girl.
Well, you're in a boat. You're not going too far. You know what
Oh,
I
I
mean?
would
Let's
run.
go-
No, I'd still run. I'd be running across like Jesus on the water. That's how I would do it. That's how fast I would go.
Gutter Talk, what about yourself? Have you ever seen a cryptid? I want to meet an alien. And I don't mean like, one of them grays. I want to meet like a Palladian or a Syrian, one that's very humanoid.
No. I can't handle meeting anything like that. Like, I want to see it. I know I do. But then when it happens, I'm going to be like running and screaming.
I'll be honest with you, Gutter. The thought to grab a net or something and just scoop this thing up didn't even occur to us because we were so astounded by what the hell we were seeing and confused, completely befuddled. Just what is this thing? And before you knew it, it went. So it was on the surface for quite some time. And again, it's probably like a foot underneath, the top of the water there. It just went back down to the depths, slowly and meticulously. Just went right back down. That was it. So. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so creepy.
You think you saw Mothman twice? Well, I would like to hear about that.
Oh, wow.
I would like to hear about that.
Oh, definitely.
Everything about that. That's another reason you're going to be on my show as long as you want to be. I'm just saying. This is what we do. The experiences of these, sort of things.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to kind of probably end it soon because I want to go test out why this mic isn't working.
Okay.
And then, I don't know, maybe jump out that window behind me.
Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you, Gutter. You tell me anything right now, you're only going to be teasing me. Text is very limiting, and I love that, we have the ability to have the chat, but God, something like this, we got to talk. We got to talk, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Fascinated by that legend. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that, Gutter.
Sweet.
Gutter, if I may ask you, how old are you? Because one of the interesting things about the Mothman is that, there was this period of time, some would consider a short period of time where it was seen, and then the bridge collapsed, and then nobody saw him after that. But fast forward some years, all of a sudden people started seeing sightings, and we're talking very recently. People have been seeing sightings of the Mothman and reporting as much as if it never really left.
Huh.
Okay. Because I'm going on William Patterson tomorrow late, but also have 5032. You guys can buy a chat, please. And I think we will.
Yeah, definitely. What time is that tomorrow? I'll come by and
49, 3 grandkids. Dude, that's awesome, man. God bless you for what that's worth.
You've got 3 grandkids? There's no way.
Wow, I've got 2 kids of my own, just 2 kids. You know what I mean? I made those.
No way he's got 3 grandkids.
3 grandkids. Again, bless you. That's awesome, man. I can't wait to hear it from you. I really can't. This is gonna be awesome. I'm excited. And this is why we do what we do.
He looks younger than me. There's no way. He's got 3 grandkids. I want to see an ID on your next show, Gutter.
Yeah, but have you seen the kind of plates of food that you eat? I mean, there's no wonder that he
I still have a baby face at my age. Look.
Actually, when you shave, you don't look too bad, buddy. I'm telling you.
I didn't shave today, though.
I do think Mothman is probably supernatural, too. I honestly think that there's a connection in the way that Mothman operates, in a similar fashion that maybe Bigfoot does, where they have this interdimensional aspect to them. They can kind of pop in and out. And I think that's a natural course of certain beings' evolution. And that's odd to say, but, I would like to get into that with you.
That'd be cool.
7:30 Central.
Tomorrow. So what is that for us? Is that 2 hours?
I think it's an hour and a half, 2 hours Central.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out. We'll be there. We'll be there. I'll definitely make an appearance. God.
Yeah, I've got notifications turned on, so it should
Me too.
pop up when it comes on. So.
All right, Rick, I'm going to hand the show back over to you.
What show? No, this is nothing tonight. I'm deleting it forever. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, I want to go figure out how this mic is working. I don't know what you're doing after this, but if
I'm doing that with you, of course. Obviously,
right.
that's what I'm doing with you. So, yeah,
All
we're going
right.
to do that. All right.
We'll go figure this out. Gutter, thank you so much for tuning in, buddy.
Thank you, Gutter. Yep.
We will. Awesome questions, and I'm just not in the mood after this microphone. I'm sorry. I apologize, but
listen,
I promise.
Rick, he's stuck in. He did. He gave it his best, guys. I'm telling you, he really did. He didn't leave, and that's something. So you know what?
No, I protested for a while, pouted, got it out, and I think tomorrow will be much better.
Chicago. All right, we're gonna be there tomorrow, dude. Again, thank you, Gutter, for being with us tonight.
Yeah,
Sticking with
awesome, brother.
Understanding that we're just kind of getting something started from the very grassroots of this sort of thing. So I do appreciate your presence, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll end it now, and then that's it.
All right.
I can't. Yeah, I have no way to play like outro music or anything. Oh, you know what? I do. I have my outro music. Where is it? You know what? I don't want to deal with buttons and stuff.
All right, fine. I'll take
Thanks for watching my show Tuesday night. You better watch out because I might be back. I don't know. Oh, take that, Jack.
There you go.
That was the worst 80s rap.
I wasn't even really trying. I was just trying to,
I think that's cool. That's how we're gonna end every show now.
That's fine. I'll call it better for you soon.
Music. Yeah,
mix in there or whatever.
And we'll include like the topics of the night will be included into the goodbye rap. We'll call it the goodbye rap.
you know what it would be too? Instead of the drum roll before you spin the wheel, it's like, all right, you ready? I'm ready. All right. Let the music roll. Boom, boom.
Yeah, because the wheel only spins for a bit, so you can get the beat, and then when you pause, I'll spin it.
Listen, the reason we're doing
this is great. I love it. That's a good idea. Let's try it right now. Yeah, we leave the show. Let's try it.
Let's do it.
All right, okay, let me see if you can hear it first. How's that sound, dude? All right, so you already got. So after you do your thing and pause, I'm gonna spin it. So you have to.
You gotta let me know when to start the music. Roll the music, whatever. You gotta let me know.
No, you just start whenever you want. It's just a couple of beats, and then I'm gonna spin it. That's so much fun. That's how we're gonna have to introduce the whale.
We can do it. I'm down. I'll come up with a stock beatbox for you, not only used for this show.
No, what we're gonna do is do that, but we're gonna make a video of it. So when it comes on in time to do that, we'll just play the video. You know what I mean? We don't have to do it every time. Yeah, we're not gonna sit and do it every time.
Even better, dude.
Yeah, we'll edit in some music and whatever else, and have like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me end this.
All right.
We'll grab some snacks and take a little break, and then I'll call you when I'm ready. And I guess we'll see if this thing can work.
We'll make it work. All right.
All right, Dada.
Sounds good there.
All right.
We'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right. Thanks for being on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Tonight's disaster.
Yeah, no, it's probably nothing short of that, but that's okay. I saved it when you did all right. With a little bit of guidance.
Yeah.
We got you there. We're good. We made it through an hour and 10 minutes, bro. Come on.
We did. Well,
This stuff
yeah,
happened in 10 minutes.
a miracle.
Yeah, I know.
All right, folks. We'll be
All right.
back another night. Thanks for tuning in to Rick's Realm, episode 21.